Hey everybody, welcome back again. We're here again, all dressed here in the basement, getting all dressed up because today is day before we go back to work, so it's off to feeding time. So stick around, we're going to head out and feed the cows and the sheep for the week. So stay tuned and watch us how we feed sheep and the cows for a full week. So stay tuned.
We love watching Noble Farms, and if you do too,
please smash that subscribe and like button.
Thanks for watching Noble Farms.
So here we are. We've got the bales out now, so now it's cut the wrap off and the string and get these taken over for the sheep and the cows. So got the knife and we're ready to start cutting these open. These are some old oat bales. You can see how big a stock is in here. You can see some of the oats in here too as well on this. So it's just old mixed oats and regular grasses, all that stuff. So I've got these piled too close together by the look of it. So I'm gonna roll them away from one another to get in there. Now I'll just take the string off. Most of the strings be's already cut because where I cut the plastic. Now these bales are old. These bales are, I think this is third. No, this would be the second. No, third. This lot here would be the third winter on these. So these are just pretty much garbage bales now. We let them pick what they want out of it, because you do get some holy spots in these too as well. So as you can see right there, mold spot there. So but we let them pick through and eat what they want out of it. That's why we substitute them grains too as well, and all kinds of molasses and minerals also that they get. Now, if they were late into their gestation periods and stuff like that, getting close to lamb, we won't be feeding this. That's why we have newer, better stuff from this year silage. So that's the stuff that they'll be getting then. More protein in it, better feed. They need better feed too then for help the growth of the lambs. But still, you still got to be careful because you don't want to be feeding too much grains and putting too much weight on them, because if you put too much weight on them, then the lambs are too big. Then you run into that issue as well. So this is why we like the little 4-foot bales. So you can roam around yourself. Don't have to fight with them too much. Donkey's getting excited, and they're all standing by the fence, if you can see them, because they can smell this silage, so they know that it's feed time. And it doesn't seem like it matters how much feed you put out. They'll still act like they're hungry. When you put new feed out, they get really excited over it. It's like they've never seen food before. And we're not no professionals when it comes to feeding sheep or cows or anything like that. We're new to all of this. This is why we built this YouTube channel, so that people out there can see that it doesn't take a whole lot of experience. You got to be just willing to learn and willing to try new things, learn from other people, things like that. And don't be afraid to try something you're new at and stuff like that. And so that's the whole reason we built this. Thought that people be interested in seeing that us as new farmers, first time farmers, never ever did none of this before, can still do it if you have the determination to do it. You still got to have resources, you still got to have patience and stuff like that to be able to stick with it. And there's lots of days, and I'm not lying, there's lots of days that we say, oh my God, I don't know if we can keep going with this, but so some reason we still do. The hardest thing on all of this was trying to sell products to public. For some reason I've never understood that, you know, hearing farmers talk and say that people just don't understand the work and the cost of doing all this. I didn't understand that, but I definitely understand it now. That it's not cheap to be at this. Not at all. None of it's cheap. So being able to do it as cheap as you can, obviously, is a thing you got to learn to do. And it's like any other industry. Some you win, some you lose. And we've lost quite a bit here, not gonna lie. Just from pure lack of experience, inexperience. But we somehow stay at it. Sometimes you do things you don't really want to do, but you end up doing it because you're in that situation. But it's all a learning process. And this takes years and years and years of experience. It's never a dull moment. It's always a obstacle. But you really gotta love it, that's for sure. See people cutting the ends out and then tip them up and take them off. I could never get it to work, so I don't know. I couldn't get it anyway. Some people do. Now probably a little easier with a net wrap bale, obviously. These are all string tie because it's just an old baler we have. It doesn't make a real tight bale either, so your silage is not going to be premium silage, obviously. The tighter the bale, the better. Our neighbor has a silage baler, a silage special, New Holland, and man does it ever make a beautiful bale. But we're nowhere near the size of farmer he is, so therefore the income from the farm is quite different. So buying a new piece of equipment like that is costly. We're trying to decide on exactly how we want to feed, what works best for us. Right now, this style of feeding works really good for us because, you know, we're gone for a week at a time, and then my neighbor be's over here looking after this while we're gone, and so this makes it easy for him, that he doesn't have to be putting hay or anything out or nothing. So this style of feeding is what we'll stick with for now, for the next few years anyway. So, but we're definitely going to be looking into getting a different style of feeding, and what I'm looking at now are leaning towards is one of the vertical mixers with the auger in it. That way we can take these bales, dump in there, chop them all up, and then feed in bunk feeders along the fences. We're going to have about 250 feet of bunk feeder set up. We're getting ready to build that over the next couple of years here now. So once we retire and move here full time, then that's the plan for feeding. But until then, we're stuck with this. We'll be still doing silage, because silage to me is a win-win all the way for us. For one, we only have 7 days off, so in 7 days trying to do hay is utter nightmare. With silage, we can put this up in a couple days and done for the year. So a little bit more expensive when it comes to all the plastic and stuff that you see me cutting off here, but in the long run this made a lot more sense. And I don't know why we come up with it, because nobody in the area hardly does bale silage. Mostly all chop silage. And still, not a lot of people doing that. The only ones doing that will be your big producers, big cattle producers. But a lot of guys around here still do hay. Feed cows hay all winter. But I looked into silage, and well, not many, like I said, we couldn't talk to many people around here about silage, because not many people even did silage, so they didn't know much about it as well, anyone. So we were kind of on our own in the dark here, trying to doing silage, learning. But watched a lot of people, took a lot of information from online and stuff like that, and we did it to suit ourselves. And it turned out great, and we love using it. Most of the silage that you'll see us have is not a grain silage. It's just grasses. So it's not the best silage in the world by any means. It's just your normal grasses, your alfalfa, timothy's, clovers, your bromes, your fescues, stuff like that. That's what you're seeing in here. As you can see, the alfalfa is in here. There are even still some oats in these two as well. Timothy in here, clover, flowers there. So yeah, it's a little bit of everything. So this year now coming, or I guess not this year, because this year will soon be over, but 2026 we will be turning over some of the fields and doing a doing a crop in here, so it'll be a double seeded field. So the first year we'll get a cut of oats and barley mix, and then the next year then it'll be alfalfa, because we'll be seeding it in alfalfa. I like this this quad. It's I couldn't believe it. I didn't want to buy it, but after I got it, can't give it up. It's a beautiful piece here on the farm, that's for sure. We can do a lot with that. Like right now, we'll take all this plastic, put it in the back, take it to the burn barrel and get it burnt, and so useful, even right down to bringing firewood to the house. We fill the box up with firewood and bring it back to the house over here. So our firewood's up here in the field, go pick it up and take it right over to the house. So it's a pretty valuable piece of equipment around here. I use it a lot. It has over 3,000 miles on it now, and we haven't left the farm. Just right here, all the running around on the fields here. Makes quick work for, you know, when you have to run from the field out to the house to pick up a few things, or even go get a lunch when we're cutting hay. It's great for that. So I've got a few more of these to do, so I thought I'd just bring you guys along and let you see it from my view on what I'm doing, what I'm seeing through my eyes when I'm at this. So that's why we're setting the camera up today the way we're set up, so you can see what I'm seeing. You're moving everywhere I move, so that's why we're doing the camera this way this time. Hope it doesn't make you too sick when you're watching the video, all the moving around. But so you can see exactly what it is we're doing and see what we're seeing. So that's 10 bales that we have, or I've got cut now, open up. So these 10 bales I'm going to feed. Pick up a little bit of the plastic and string that's littered around here. So now I'm gonna open up the gate going into the sheep here and hope that, I bet you they're gonna come over here flying. So if I could just lay one down for them, they'll all stay there. Oh, here they come. So it's not going to work. I got to get a bale in there first. I'll get a bale on the fork, so all I have to do is open up and drive in. Once I'm in, they'll be fine. So we're going to get that bale and get right up close to the gate so that we can just open it up and go on in with the bale. And then once I get that bale in there, then they'll stay over by the feeder and just terrorize the bale, and that way then I could get in the field. I'm gonna go up here and just throw them right in over the fence. That way then they'll stay up here by the bale, and I'll be able to open the gate and just travel back and forth with the bales. So this is always touchy because they always want to get under the bale when you go over the fence. So as long as they don't do that, we're fine. There you go. Now they're all coming to the bale. So now I should be able to open up the gate down there and bring bales in, and they shouldn't bother the gate too much. For the most part anyway. get out and open up that gate. Drop them right into the feeder here now. These are the feeders you seen us build. There we go. That's number one. Hopefully I don't run over any of the lambs. They sure love to crawl around the tractor. Put this tractor in a lower gear. Yeah, once they get a bale, then the gate can stay open. They don't come down around here. So and what we usually do is ones that got a little bit of mold on them. These are the ones that will most of the time feed to the cows. They can handle that a little bit better than the sheep can. So we're trying to do a video today that trying to put the camera into positions that so you can see what we see, kind of, because to get a real true feel for it, I guess, or as much of a feeling as you can get, I guess, from watching this. Wanted to give you what the views that we see, what we're seeing when we're doing it. So that's why I'm doing this video. People always ask us, "Oh, I wish I could see it in real life, or I wish I could be there for a day to see what you guys do or what you guys go through in a day." So this part of the day of feeding, this is try to give you as close as I can feel for it or look at it the best way we can. This is all that we had to do in a run of a day, was just feeding it. Wouldn't be a bad place or a bad job. So. But unfortunately, there's more to it than just this. and stuff because we had people picking up orders and stuff because we butchered a beef a couple days ago, so making sure everyone got their order and their meat. And that's why I'm by myself today again, because Danielle is gone delivering beef to a couple of the customers, and she had to pick up metal roofing for the project we're doing that you will see later on. A surprise, totally different from this farming aspect of it, but we did shoot a bunch of video for it, so you guys will get to see that too as well. She's gone to get, like I said, the metal roofing for that project. So I'm on my own today doing all of these chores. We had to get rid of all the remains from the beef and from the goats and the sheep that we processed a week too as well. Some of that had to be burnt and that, so that's just a little bit of stuff on what I'm at today here. So I really hope that you guys can get a feel for this feeding thing, feeding these animals and stuff. So this one you see up there when we picked it up had a white spot in it. That's a little bit of mold. So this one here we're going down to the cows with. So we're just going to toss this one in over the fence, and then we'll pick it up here in a little bit. But we'll put it in over the fence for now and let the cows play with it. There you go. So the cows chom into that. See, Sally's got a mouthful there already. So yeah, so I'm going to try to get a bale down into that shelter that you see down there too as well. You can see the shelter straight ahead. We're going to get a bale into that shelter too as well, so that the calves and the cows can actually go in there and lie down if it gets a little bit miserable, snowy or anything. So the bales for the cows, we're just going to throw them in over the fence, and then we'll go inside after and put them into their feeders. Now we're going to see if we can get in with this one before the cows come outside the gate. Might be a lot of tuck and rolling. got around the back side of me, so. See now if we can get them all into the feeder. Then they should stay over here by the feeder. And then they won't come out through the gate. One in there just to let them chew that down, beat it up in there, and use it for bedding. You can see the little calves are picking at it. That little speckle one there, that's a steer, and that's a little skittish and don't like pushing him around too much because he wants to, seems like he wants to get excited with me, so I don't want to give him any reason to. He likes to hop and jump around and scares the dyings out of me sometimes, some days when he just looks at me with those big eyes and just head down, and I guess he knows he's going to the freezer, so he don't give a shit what he does to me. He's definitely going in the freezer. Get this gate open and get out of here. It's a little trickier trying to do it one person. But they're not that wild, so. So I guess to carry on with the feeding, we're going to be feeding some sheep, so, and the cows, some oats here. So we're filling up the bin, or up the feeder, and let them in once that's done, and let them get something to eat. Minus 18 degrees Celsius today. So we're just filling up this trough. And this is just straight oats. Right off the field, not the screen or nothing. And they're outside the door there now. They hear the oats in the bucket rattling, so they just want to come in and feed. So I'll get one more bucket to carry down to the cows while they're racing in to feed so they don't trample me. Forgot to shut the gate. Shut that because we don't want them running out. Should be good. I'm just going to lay this in here on the floor until they all get in. So there's the race all trying to fit through the door at the same time. Few stragglers. So here they are all lined up, feeding away. Some of the little ewe lambs are really tiny yet. So if you're wondering what the pink marks are, the pink stripes down the sheep's back, that's the sheep that's staying this year. That's the ones we're breeding. So the rest is all going to auction, but these are the ones that we're keeping back as breeders. These are the ones with very, very close to purebred North Country Cheviots. So the lambs off these sheep should be very, very good looking. So that's what it's like to feed in the mornings here. Now it's time to go down and give some to the ram and the rest of that bucket to the cows. Now we feed the cows an odd bucket of oats, but the thing is, the oats for the cows, they usually don't get nothing out of it. They usually shed it out the same as it goes in. Something like something like us eating corn, I guess. So yeah, they don't get much out of that, but I do throw out some because the calves are there. And still, I just like the presence of walking down and feeding them, and they get used to you and stuff like that. So that's why I do it. So here's the ram. Throw a little bit out for him. He's looking really, really nice. Soon be time to put him out now. Like I said, we lamb late, so it's not good. Those rams want to be breeding right now, a little earlier actually, but our way of doing it, we gotta do it in the half time for him. It's not always the best. Sometimes we do miss some, and they don't go in heat as good this late in the year as they do early in the fall and stuff like that. But still, this fella here does a tremendous job on that. So he's just, next spring he'll be 2 years old. So he's still a young one yet. I've got a lot of breeding seasons in him. So it's off to the cows. And they know all about the food. So those girls, I like to get down and do a little scratch on them and stuff like that. Touch them, touch the calves if I can and stuff, but usually like to stick around here for a minute just to lay my hands on them, and just so that they can get used to me being around. This little calf here is doing really, really well. They look really good, so should be nice little breeders, so we'll be keeping them. But these are our good cows. They've turned out very, very well. Low maintenance. Yeah, they eat quite a bit because they're big cows, but just look at the calves they throw. It's beautiful, beautiful calves. So we're really excited this year too, because we've got those three, the white face right here, this one, and those two big ones are bred to purebred blonde Aquitaine this year, and can't wait to see what kind of calves he throws. So So we do have one more cow, or heifer, that we got, but we just haven't went and picked up yet. It's a nice little calf. It won't be bred this year. We'll be breeding it next year because it was only born early this spring. So we'll be bringing that home later in the winter. Just want it to spend more time with his mother, to grow and get every bit of nutrients it can from his mom. But we will be bringing it home here to winter sometimes. Yeah, these little calves are looking really, really nice. And they're sure eating grain this time now. And this is why we feed grain down here. Like these bigger ones ain't getting much out of this because they're going to poop it out whole grains. And but these little calves are really gonna prosper from it. So I'm getting pushy now that the bin's getting a little empty, so they're pushing each other around. And they're not fussy. They don't care if it's the calf or whatever. They'll push them out of the way to feed. But it's good. Those little calves are getting used to us. See a big difference. They wouldn't let me get this close to them because these are all born out in the woods, and so they're a little while when we bring them in, but it doesn't take long. They calm down and quiet down a little bit. So the mineral tub looks to be still good. Yeah, he's still good. So we've got some more bales to put in here. But here's an example of what I was saying about the feed. If I get down close here, you can see the little bits of oats that's in the poop here, fresh poop from the cows. So you can see that what I was saying, it goes right through them. So and I've got this bucket in my hand, so they're still wanting more feed, but that's it for them for till tonight. We'll bring them out some more feed tonight, so the water is good. This is Daisy, and Daisy's in heat because the last 2 days she's been spending her time down here, stood up by the fence with the ram. See? So here she is wiggling her ass. She wants him and he wants her, but they can't do it. Not yet. Not yet, Daisy. You're going to have lambs too early. It's going to be too cold when you have lambs. So, but he's looking very, very nice. So he should do a wicked job this year. So anyway, there we go, back up to the barn and put some things away. They just love the bucket. They'll follow me for miles with a bucket. But no feed, just as long as I got a bucket. See? Just because I got the bucket. Nothing in it. They don't care. They got one thing on their mind, and that's feed. Food, 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 food. So that's it for the feeding. So I hope you guys enjoyed the day, looking through the eyes of me, I guess, and what I see when I'm feeding. So just thought we'd set, like I said before, set the camera up so you could get a feel for what I'm seeing as I'm doing the feeding thing every day. So hope you enjoyed it. So please make sure you hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed the video. Give us a little bit of support. Leave us a comment, anything at all. And we'll definitely reach back out to you and answer your questions or anything that you guys might have. So thanks for watching again, and make sure to do your part out there and look after each other and have a great day. So take care, guys.